Well, hello there, Taurus. Welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This, Taurus, is your bi-weekly intuitive reading for the time between the 29th of August and the 12th of September. I've already shuffled the cards and meditated. I'll be drawing cards for the first week, okay? That's the 29th to the 4th of August. And then the second week, which is the 5th to the 12th of September. Okay, so we're going to get to look at the sort of messages for the right at the end of August, and then obviously the first couple of weeks of September. My darlings, for those of you who are new to Key Wisdom Tarot, welcome. Thank you for all the people that have been here supporting me for just over a year now. I want to just reiterate that Key Wisdom Tarot is built on mindfulness, meditation, Reiki, and tarot. Okay, so my aim, my role is to help you to heal, and I do that really by giving you messages that are necessary. Okay, I read intuitively. I will give you as much information as possible, and hopefully you will get something out of this that you feel raised, your vibration's been raised, your knowledge has been expanded, your wisdom has been expanded, your health and healing has been expanded too. Okay, my darlings, we will get started now. Okay, my darlings, these are for each row represents a week, as I've explained already, darlings. These two cards here are your key energies, okay? That's the key experiences. Oh, don't tell me they're all going to be upside down. That's so annoying. These are your key energy and experiences, Taurus, for these two cards, excuse me, represent the key energy and experiences for you guys, okay? The things that you can, that you need to really be mindful of, okay? Be present with and try to engage with those ideas and those energies. This we'll look at right at the end, and we'll look at this one at the first. Card at the base of the reading is the Chariot energy. This energy is such an important energy. Number sevens is, just as a start, number sevens is the number of mystery, okay? And by mystery, what we mean by that is to try to understand, to dig deeper, to try to become more authentic, and to try to listen to both aspects of ourselves, both our ego, i.e. the part of us that who we think we are, who we believe we are, why we do the things we do, the things that motivate our actions, if you will, and the actions that we take. But also there's an enduring part of your soul that is always trying to speak to you, that's always trying to get you to the path that you should be on, that feels most authentic. The Chariot energy is about wielding those two powers. It's about taking into account both aspects of self. And it seems like as you move forward through interesting. I've seen that card. I'll just turn it down. Turn it back. As we move through this next couple of weeks, there's an element of you trying to take control of things, trying to shore up, if you will, strengthen yourself and your identity. Okay, so that's the card at the base of the reading, and that's really the perspective that we need to see this reading through. We'll look at the first key energy. Everything's going to be upside down, but it's not upside down because the cards are upside down. Don't worry. Okay, so our first key energy for you guys in September, for over this next couple of weeks is the Strength card. Now, the Strength card is number 8. So you see we've gone from number 7 to number 8. So we know that this next couple of weeks is a time of progress. And as I said, solidifying who you are. There's a real... You've changed, Taurus. You've changed. You've been on quite an interesting sort of journey this year, like the rest of us. It's been quite an intense, transformative year. One that's forced us really to look at ourselves, to look within. There's been new experiences trying to come through for us to help us to see things differently, to help to change your perspective, to help to shift your understanding of things, okay? And this energy is basically the epitome of that. We've got number 8, so we know that 8s are related to our karma, and that's about experiences that show us who we are, that reveal what's within. So these experiences can be intense, but they're necessary, and what actually they do is they show you your strength. That's what we get with this Strength card. So for you guys this month, it is about being mindful about your own personal power, about the experiences that you are currently facing in your life, and recognizing that these experiences that you're currently facing are actually strengthening you, are actually revealing parts of yourself that maybe you have been able to ignore, suppress, and not focus on. This is a time where you need to be mindful of, as I said, that aspect, that truth, that soul journey that you are on, and recognizing that the experiences that you're having in this time period are necessary for your strength, okay, and for your power. So I really want you to try to be mindful of that during the course of this next couple of weeks. Okay, so we'll look now at I'm not a Leo, a Taurus, excuse me. This is Leo's card. We'll look now at this first week. Okay, so the end of August, beginning of September. So we've got these two cards and they've come together. Okay, so we've got this card is clarifying this card again at number 7. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of... That's really going to irritate. We've got the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of... sorry. It's going to annoy me. Okay, 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. In fact, a few of these came out with clarifiers. We've got the Ace of Swords clarified by the 6. So very interesting energies so far. You've also got, that's definitely the clarifier. So you've got the 8 of Cups, excellent, okay, good. And we've got the Hanged Man to clarify. And then finally for this week, we've got the Empress card, okay. So you've got some really interesting experiences coming up for you. And as I said, things that help you to confront yourself, things that help to reveal things to yourself. That's what these cards suggest for us. Now, it could be in the form of an opportunity, though. The thing is, when we have opportunities, like this card represents, when we have opportunities, sometimes it makes us take stock, take a focus on the things that actually we do have. So, for example, you are a I'll just say a teacher, just because, you know, I was a teacher, so it's easy for me. So, okay, so you're an English teacher, for example, like I was, and you get offered a position, a promotion. You get offered a promotion. And so this would be you being offered an opportunity because you've worked hard. So the two of Wands always indicates that we've worked hard, we've put the work in, we've focused on something, we've tried to manifest, really. We know that when we see this two of Wands. So that means that that's what you've been doing, okay? So you've worked hard to get this promotion, this job, this offer, this opportunity, which is what this card represents. And an opportunity is offered to you, so you get promoted. And this energy here it asks questions such as, is this really what I want? Is this really fulfilling for me? Is this really what I need? Is this really the aim? Is this opportunity the thing that I've been trying to search for? Is this the thing that I've actually wanted? This is what these two cards together represent. So it suggests that there's, as I said, this element, this energy of, yes, new experiences coming in with the Strength card, but also you trying to understand whether this is something that is a true reflection of who you are. There's no, it's as if now there's no hiding from yourself, and you are prepared for that. You're ready for that. You know that. Even though it's intense, even though it's difficult, you know, some of you it could be involved traveling. So it could be you have to travel for this job. You know, you have to travel for this relationship or whatever it is for you. This opportunity that's coming towards you in this end of August, beginning of September. So it could be that you've there's travel involved, and actually, again, it's to point your desires. It's for you to, it's to highlight your desires. It's like, okay, well, this is what you've been working for. This is what you wanted. Then you question, is this what I really wanted? That's what these energies represent. But remember, as we said, we've got to look at this this week, this time period, as through the lens of the Strength card. Okay, so the lens of the Strength card tells us that this opportunity is a necessary experience, even if the decision is difficult, even if it's confusing for you, even if you're not sure how it's going to go, you know, and what you're going to do and how you're going to make a decision. Even if you're not certain about those things, this tells us that this is something that's actually necessary for you to flourish, for you to expand, for you to heal. You know, again, indicated by this card here, but also the Chariot, 7 and the number 8. So we've had 2 sevens so far, haven't we? We've had the 7 of Pentacles, which is all about manifestation. Don't forget, the Pentacles are about manifestation. And we've also had the Chariot card here. Okay, so next we come to these 2 cards here. So we've got the Ace of Swords, the clarity that you've been looking for, supported by the 6 of Swords. Okay, so again, interestingly, we've got 6, 7, 8 already. We've also got this number 1 and number 2. So we've got steps, we've got progress, we've got movement, we've got not a shift, not a change. It's more that you are willing to charge for, not sort of recklessly, but it's as if there's a strength within you now, or there's, you know, in this week, you'll feel this strength growing within you, this determination almost to do what matters to you, to do what's important to you, to have the conversations, the life, the ideas, the perspective that really suits you, and for your actions to be in alignment with that. It's about no falsehoods for you. You know, your integrity, you know, you are your integrity is so significant for you right now, and you understand the responsibility that you have to yourself in order to make yourself happy, in order to gain the security that you want and need. Okay, so we've got this energy of the Ace of Swords, so we know that number 1s are about new beginnings. Okay, and it's about, and it's after the 0. So if you think about it, the 0, the Fool card, for example, that card is about, that energy is about, okay, I'm ready. Okay, I feel reborn, I feel able to, I feel like there's endless opportunity, or there's things that I can now do, even though we don't know what they're going to be, even though we've not been offered the opportunity yet. We feel that with the 0, with the Fool card. But with the number 1, that's the actual beginning of it. That's the start of something. That's the movement that you want, the clarity that you need to be decisive, to have those conversations, to think clearly, to make your plans. Okay, this is the energy of the Ace of Swords, and it's a gift for you, because not only are you feeling that strength within, not only are you feeling committed to your own integrity and your own ideas and the things that you want and your own perspective, not only are you feeling committed to that, you've also got the discernment with the Ace of Swords. You've also got the capacity to act on your thoughts, perspective, idea, wants, needs. And again, we've got this next card supporting it here. This is a clarifier here. This is a card of movement, the six of Swords. You know, the sixes are about balance. Okay, if you think about the Lovers card, yes, we know that indicates love, but think about what love is. Think about what love is. Love doesn't just apply to other people. You know, I love my wife or my husband, and I show them that by doing X, Y, and Z. Or I love my family or my children, and I show them that I love them by doing X, Y, and Z. Think about what love actually is. It's about acceptance. Accepting that these people are in your life, that you've chosen these people to be in your life, and that because they accept you for who you are, you accept them for who they are. Love, number 6, also applies to you, of course. I don't mean to be facetious, but it does. Do you accept who you are? Do you accept your perspective? Do you accept what's important to you? Do you accept the things that you desire? Do you accept the things that you know are important to you? This is, yes, that's what these two cards represent. Yes, you do. And not only do you accept them, you're willing to act on them. This is new for you because Taurus, you know the responsibility you feel to others. You know the responsibility that you feel to other people in your life, to the people that you work with, to your family, to your friends, to your loved ones. You feel that responsibility of upholding the things, as I said, this is what you do when you love people. This is what you do when you care for people. These are the things that you do. And these are the things that you do because that's what we do. That's what we're told to do. That's what we're taught to do. That's how you learned. Now it's about you. This is what these cards are showing. There's real strength coming through, this discernment coming through. And with these energies of the Six of Swords and the Ace of Swords, this is about our thoughts and our minds, our sword energy, our clarity, our consciousness, our communication, our perspective, our ideas. And this is about moving on them, acting on them, recognizing that you are significant, that your ideas, your forethought, they are significant, they are important, okay? So next we have, for you darlings, we have the, in fact I'll put that one on the top. We have these two cards here. We've got the, I'm taking ages here. We've got the Eight of Cups clarified by the Hanged Man. Now look at these cards. You don't need a tarot reader or or intuitive reader or anybody else to explain what these two energies together mean. There's real action coming for you. Not only has a shift in your perspective happened or happening, not only is that shift in perspective, that, you know, understanding things, seeing things differently, not only has that happened, indicated by these, but you're actually acting on it. The Eight of Cups are about our emotions, okay? What's within us, what we feel, our intuition, our intuitive selves. Just like here, our soul selves, the cups are about. Swimming in that pool of and that river, that water, that sea of emotion. And sometimes we can be clouded by that emotion, like with the Seven of Cups. But the Eight of Cups is a commitment, is strength. The Eight of Cups is saying a commitment to leave behind the confusion, to leave behind the uncertainty, and to be decisive. Or, you know, it's not, this card doesn't actually indicate decisiveness, apart from the fact that the decision is to leave something behind, okay? And this isn't something that you have, as I said, you're not being rash. You're not being, even if people think that or say that, not that there's any indication of that here, but you're not being rash. You're not being reckless by committing to a new way forward, as I said, which is an opportunity that you have actually garnered and engineered yourself because of your commitment. But you've thought about it. The Hanged Man suggests this. You've been in a place where this has been something you've been considering, whether you go for this job or this person or this opportunity, travel, whatever it is, whatever this thing you're walking away from, leaving behind, you are, or whatever it is you're deciding to release, you're deciding to be strong and go toward a new opportunity that is more in alignment with your truth, your soul self. The Hanged Man suggests and tells us clearly that this has been something that has been on your mind, and you've trying to see this situation, this whole situation, everything that you've been going through this in 2019. You've been trying to see it from a standpoint of, well, why is this happening? Why is this necessary? Why is this challenging me? You know, why has that been so difficult? Why do, whatever it is, how many questions come through and what those questions are for you as an individual. This is indicative now of that being over. You know, eights are also indicative of new karmic cycles, and you've had two already. So, you know, we've had 1, 2, 3, 7. You know, we're going, you know, you're going pretty well here. And then we get here, just as we get to the first sort of few days of August, the 4th of August for this week, we get to the Empress. The Empress is number 3, and number 3s are all about our expansion. And expansion is really about, again, this comfort of being who you are in the world. Remember, number 3s are all related to your 3rd chakra. Your 3rd chakra is the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is obviously linked to the sun. So it's linked to our external selves, does that make sense? It's linked to the things that we do, the actions that we take, the relationships that we have, the way that we treat ourselves and others, our families. It's linked to all those. And there's an acceptance coming from you at this time. There's an acceptance of, okay, this is who I am. This is what I need. This is what is necessary for me. This is what I want to commit to. And I'm going to tell my family, my friends, my colleagues, my loved ones, whatever it is, whoever it is for you. This is telling, but this is you feeling comfortable, confident, strong in that commitment. So it's a really grounding, we've had the sort of, not turmoil. I mean, I describe it as turmoil because I'm rather dramatic, darlings. But, I describe this year as turmoil. I think it's been pretty tumultuous. But, I was wondering where the 5s were, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So anyway, but it's been quite a challenging year. But we know that change gonna come, and we know that change is actually here, and the change is based upon your own engagement with your soul self, with that questions, the path, the things that we don't necessarily understand necessarily, the esoteric parts of our lives, but they are key. And you are actually engaging fully with them. Okay, so looking into this next week then, this from the 5th to the 12th of September, we have the 5 of Swords, the King of Cups, the 7 of Wands. Then we've got Justice clarified by the 3 of Pentacles. And finally, which I saw before, we've got the Emperor. Okay, so I feel like I want to give you all a nice hug. And a nice hug, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Because that's really how this week feels for you. As you enter September, it feels like that. As September goes on, it feels like you're getting a nice big hug from the universe. We start with the 5 of Swords. Again, swords, thoughts, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication, perspective, ideas, what you think, how you see things. And 5s are about change. So that's about maybe a shift in your perspective, a shift in your ideas, a change that's coming through. And it seems to me that this change is really something to do with your emotional state, to do with your, as I said, if this was on here, so we've got, if I could represent, so we've got sword energy, so masculine is in the actions that we take, the external actions, and we've got cups energy, which is our emotions and our inner world and the more esoteric parts of our lives, okay, and parts of our existence. And we've really got, it looks like this change in perspective, as I said, this is something that's been brewing, it's been bubbling up within you. And it's now, when we see this card, we know that people are going to start to see the changes. So as you enter September, you're going to start being more discerning, more committed, as I said, to your truth, to understanding what your truth is, even for some of you, and to facing up to the things that you want, need, desire, etc. Okay, this is a real a test in a way for you of, okay, well, let me put into practice what I've learned. So I've realized that I'm XYZ. So now let me put that into practice. This is that energy. This is what these 2 energies are really representing here. We move on with the King of Cups. So again, King of Cups is, again, about our emotions, our inner world. And the King means that we are active i.e. we might be sharing our feelings with other people, our inner world with other people, our inner perspectives. We might be sharing those with other people, but it also shows a level of maturity. It shows that you've gone through the stages of, the Page of Cups, where, we're uncertain, we're vulnerable, but we're trying to act. Then we have the Queen of Cups, which is about, the King of Cups of level, but you see what I'm saying. The Queen of Cups, which is about understanding, understanding what our emotions are, understanding what your emotions are, understanding what you feel, what you want, your drivers, your motivations, etc. And then the King is about acting on that. So once you have that information, you're acting on it with the King of Cups. So this, again, we see cards of movement here. We see a more direct engagement with your emotional world, your intuitive world. And that doesn't mean that you have to sort of, play the lottery or anything like that. It just means that you're listening to, you're not only listening to, this is what you should do, this is what society tells you to do. You're listening to, well, what feels right to me? Does it feel right to me to take this opportunity, regardless of, regardless of how great the opportunity is or what everyone else says or blah, blah, blah. Does it feel right to me? That integrity. And we've got that energy here with the King of Cups as well. And not only that, then we go to the Seven of Wands. So remember, wand energy is about it's connected to our life force, our ki or our chi. The sword energy, the wand energy is your second chakra, your sacral chakra. And your sacral chakra is all about fire, and it's all about passion, and it's all about the fountain, really, of your instinct, the fountain of your imagination. And this is saying, in a way, that mystery with the seven of wands, it's as if the mystery has been decoded, and now you've done the work to try to understand, or you're doing the work to try to understand what it is you want, what it is you need, what fires you up, what you're passionate about, the directions you want to go in, and you now know you are committing to that. Not only do you know, but you're committing to it. So it seems a sense, an idea of really of self-commitment, as I said, of self-integrity this time, over this time period. And that's a lesson that we all need. That's something that we all need to sort of engage with, I feel, personally. That's something that we all need to engage with. And that's something that you will be engaging with over this next couple of weeks, Taurus. Next, we've got Justice, which is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So Justice, is linked to the sign of Libra. Now, I always talk about this card as being one of discernment and clarity, because it's got sword energy on there. It's Libra's an earth sign, I should say, and again linked to this sword energy. Okay, so again, also linked to the star cards. So this is about foresight, clarity. It's about understanding everything. It's about, you've got all the information now. As I said, unlike the Seven of Cups, we've got the Eight of Cups here, and like the Seven of Cups, which is about the confusion, the uncertainty, the choices, the decisions, I'm not really sure. With the Justice card, we have the veil's been lifted, so all those sort of questions have been answered, as I've said previously, and it's as if now there's clarity, there's balance, and you feel that, you feel secure, you feel stronger, you feel more certain, and as I said, more committed to yourself, your identity, who you are, what you need. This idea, as I said, about, I can't emphasize enough, about personal integrity, about you understanding the significance of that. It's like, for example, how to make loads and loads of money, whatever it is you do for a living. Say, for example, I don't know, whatever. Say you're a YouTuber and you the formula. There's not a formula. Well, there's a little bit of a formula, but the formula of, getting the views and getting the subscribers and getting, so, you might put out, you might have been putting out like loads of videos or whatever. It's this is an example. So you might have been putting out certain videos, whatever, to get views, whatever, to get this, to get that. And the formula, but within you, this integrity, how you feel, is that's not what's fulfilling me. It doesn't fulfill me to get that. What fulfills me is, you know, the fact that I'm able to help people, or the fact that I'm able to express myself. That's what's more important than just doing stuff for the sake of it. This is that type of energy we've got here with the Justice card again, and with with all these cards here in this week. We've got this energy of discernment, understanding, clarity, and a willingness to act on that and to engage with that. And that might mean bringing in other people, or that might be other people offering their help, their services to you in order to assist you with the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so there's cooperation not only from people around you, because you are now committed to who you are and to what you want and to your desires and to your personal integrity, but also from the universe, if you will, from the universal karmic scales. There's a cooperation in order to help you to see through your new ideas, your new perspective, the new way that you want to do things, whether that's in work, relationships, life in general, whatever it is for you as an individual. Okay, now last but not least, we have the Emperor card. So this is about the boss. You know, we really do. We've got the 4 now, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got all those, and that hardly ever happens, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, you know, I'm talking to you about new karma, new experiences. And again, the reason that these new karmic experiences, as indicated by the 8s and the Strength card here, that are coming through for you now, is because of the work that's you've already put in, the energy that you've already put in to get into where you are now in September. You know, so that is what the Emperor does. The 4s are about our foundations, the structures in our lives, and this is about examining those, engaging with those, not necessarily questioning, reflecting. The Emperor has done that. The Emperor's done that work. Okay, the Emperor has tried to understand, or the Emperor has already, I should say, studies relationships to family, to money, to romantic partners, to work, to fame, to fortune, to whatever it is for you as an individual. But anyway, that's what the Emperor has done. And that's why the Emperor knows both strengths and weaknesses. You know your strengths and your weaknesses. And that's what strengthens you. That's what gives you that strength. That's what gives you that foundation on which to grow. You know, anyone who grows plants, flowers or plants or vegetables, you know, you've got to support them. You know, you've got to support with trellis or with whatever. You've got to support those plants to grow within, you know, by tying them up or whatever, by adding a stake and using new strings or whatever it is you guys use. And those trellises and those supports, that's the clarity and the understanding that the Emperor has, and that's why you can now build on that. So let's look at the outcome card. Okay, your final key energy. So we started with the Strength card and we're ending with wow. I mean, it just, you know, I'm calm in this reading, and you know me, I ain't ever calm, but I'm calm in this reading because I feel that strength and that security that is being that you're now able to reap in this September, because as I said, you've not been shy at facing up to things, at realizing things, at accepting things and reflecting on things. You have not been shy to do that. You've engaged with it. And as I said, these experiences have helped to demystify things for you and actually provide you with strength of conviction and integrity. And we have this outcome card and your last key energy, or your second key energy for this time period, of the 10 of Cups. Wow. Abundance, happiness, joy. Joy is something that people can't take away from you, you know. You know, Pentacles, people can take those away from you. You know, you can lose your money, you can lose your job, you can lose your security. But you can never lose the 10 of Cups, because the 10 of Cups is something that you fill. You fill these cups with, these cups are filled with your truth. And they're filled with the truth that you've discovered every time you have faced up to something, every time that you have engaged with the guilt that you felt, or the anger that you felt, or the worry that you felt, or whatever it is in your life, the decisions that you've had to make, every time you've engaged with those things, that it puts you closer to who you are. It puts you closer to who you are. So if you did something, I don't know, bad to necessary, but bad to somebody, for example, and you did that. So say, for example, last year, I don't know, you did something bad to somebody. So, you know, you cheated on somebody, or you ignored somebody, I don't know, whatever it is. And you were like, no, I, you know, it's fine. I can do what I want. But during the course of this year, you've allowed yourself to engage with the fact that you actually feel guilty about that. I should not have done that to that person, or for example, I should not have allowed that person to do that to me. And this is why I allowed this person to treat me this way, or this is why I did not speak up. Every time you engage with those type of ideas, those questions, those challenges, those karmic situations, they're all karmic situations, which means they're all necessary. That's why I go bad and good. They're necessary. You know, it's humans, it's us, it's our egos that sort of project, that interpret actions, and that interpret the actions of others or the actions of ourselves as bad, as good, as whatever. We do that as humans. Our egos do that because that's a form of security that we can grow around. It's a structure that we can grow around. But actually, what's happened every time we engage is we fill up these cups. We reveal ourselves. We're revealed to ourselves. We see who we are. We feel what we feel without denial, without refusing to accept it, refusing to acknowledge it. Without that, that is what the Ten of Cups represents. It represents this truth. A true connection to you, to who you are, knowing that, feeling that, and engaging with that. And that is why the happiness is abundant. The joy is abundant. You know, for some people, this could be, I don't know if it's going to be related to relationships, whatever. You relate it. I was meant to do a love reading in August, but I didn't. You know what it's been like this year, and I've put a video out if you want to know, if you want to be nosy, and you know, hear why things have been so hard this year. It's just the energy, that's all. It's just the intensity and how I sort of experience it all. It's been pretty intense, so it's been quite hard to sort of read tarot at all. But this year has taught you and me, you know, an awful lot, and that's why your joy can be celebrated and is secure. Okay, so please try to engage with that joy. Please try to engage with how you feel, because this is your happiness. This is your time to shine, and this is your time, you know, go with the last 3 months of 2019, really to establish yourself and to build the things that you want to build. Okay, my darling Tauruses, I hope you like that reading. Please give it a thumbs up, okay? And if you've not subscribed, please do. I will be doing your next set of readings in September. I will try to do a love reading this time. I'm feeling good and strong and happy again, and full of vigor again. So I should be able to do the readings. I feel like I will be able to now. So yeah, and if you want to check out the other reading that I did another reading last week, just really looking at the energies of 2019 and sort of what's to come, you know, toward the end of September. You know, for the month of September, you can check that video out as well. I might add it to the end of this video. Okay, my darlings. For those people that follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook, I will see you all again very soon. Check below, by the way, for your astrology information for this month. And I'll see you all again in a couple of weeks. Okay, take care, my fabulous Taurus. Bye.